It affects the thoughts of other people who are never exposed to that same stimulus. When there's enough of a particular kind of thought in the ether, it affects other people who are not even thinking that thought. Now, this is scientifically proven. This is not some story. This is actually an experiment. Now, let's look at the 100th monkey syndrome in action. This is in Washington, D.C., I believe in 93, between June and July. It was an 8-week experiment. What they did is, I forgot which group this was, but they got 4,000 meditators to meditate. And then there was a panel of about 27 people who consisted of criminologists, sociologists from the various universities, from representatives of the police forces, and all these guys were monitoring. What they wanted to check was to see what the effect of meditating had on the crime rate in Washington, D.C. And so these 4,000 guys and gals were meditating, and then they monitored it. Crime actually decreased. And crime decreased significantly. I think at the highest point, crime was down actually by 23.3%, I believe. It's 23 odd percent. Crime went down by 23% at its highest point because these people were meditating. And this was a proper scientific study. They adjusted for all the variables. I think temperature for some reason was affected the crime, so they adjusted for that as well in this experiment. And the probability that crime decreased because of chance during this experiment is about 2 in a billion. Extremely safe to say it probably was not chance. The meditators actually affected the rate of crime in Washington, D.C. If you're watching this on my blog right now, underneath I'm going to put the link to that study so you can get all the facts, because I don't know all the facts offhand. But just goes to show that this 100th monkey syndrome is actually a thing. That is one of the goals of the meditators, actually. They say we are meditating for world peace. This is what they're talking about. When there are enough people in the world who are thinking about peace and who are at that same wavelength of thought, of peace, that affects people who are not even thinking that same thought. That is the whole goal of the meditation movement. And that is a perfect example of the 100th monkey syndrome at play. Have a great day.